Hi, everyone, and welcome. Hi. So, my name's Rachel, and I am 24. I am from the north of England, and I am a health mentor for Healthy and Empowered. I'm super excited right now, as you can probably tell, just because I have had a fantastic day. I have been out and about with my family. Um, I've been like meeting like wild animals and things like that, and like it was like a petting farm. So I really just took time for myself to be with my family and to do something that we enjoyed, something that scared us just a little bit because there was some creepy crawlies involved. And I've also been able to work on my business at the same time as doing that. Like what? So I've come home and I'm just, this is our self-love call. So I'm just taking time out for me, and I'm really just inviting you all to just take a little time for yourselves as well. So, this evening, usually everything gets real, like real. One of us ends up crying. I talk a little bit about my life. It's kind of become like a diary thing for me weekly. It's, yeah. But this week, I thought I would get out these. These are some crazy expensive pens that I bought. Like, I am like great at budgeting, especially now that I have quit my job. Like, yeah, I quit my job. I do love that place. It was working with all kinds of historic properties. So I loved the silence in the morning of doing site checks, and I loved the beauty of the places. And I loved the team, the people that I worked with. But have you ever felt like you're just not on the right path anymore? Like, I think sometimes the best way to move forward in life is to just take a leap and trust yourself a little bit more. I think we take this life way too seriously. Like, obviously, some things have to be taken serious, but at the end of the day, we're all human, and we we sort of cruise through life on autopilot, and then one day something hits you and makes you stop and think, wow, how did I get to this moment? Or I can't believe that this is it for me. And I just didn't want to stay stagnant anymore. Um i i just i didn't feel like I was being myself anymore. Anyway, this all led to like anxiety, depression. I was just sitting and doing nothing. It was just a really, really quite a difficult time for myself. And I thought, if I can't do this job, then I can't work. And if I can't work, then what is my purpose and how am I going to do anything? And everything just blew up. And that really terrified me. Like, that's what depression and anxiety is all about. Like, it's having a fear of life and a fear of death all at the exact same time. Now, obviously, there's a lot more to my story than just what I've told you there. Um, but everybody's story and journey is completely different. And I think sometimes we have to remember that everybody experiences different hardships and struggles in life. And whatever it is that you're experiencing right now that you feel like is really difficult, to somebody else, it might not be as big as you feel. But then that somebody else needs to remember that that is maybe the biggest thing that you've dealt with so far. I'm huge on, honesty, and I really, really value empathy and just respecting other people. So this is a really safe place for um, people to come and just talk openly. We've got a community here with Healthy and Empowered. I joined the business last year and I went straight on all of our products. I won't go into that. That's for a totally different call, but everything is just 100% natural, vegan, organic, like dairy free. I'm not the thinnest girl in the world, but I knew I needed to do something, and I knew I needed to do something that meant that I would stick to it, because I'm like great at not sticking to diets and all sorts. Like, I hate the word diet. That's why I've got my cooking show on Fridays, Rachel's Recipes. So yeah, I've never really looked back, and I'm just so proud of what we've built. Another reason for my massive excitement this week is that it is August. Woo! August! So supposedly the hottest month of the year, but we have had it so hot this last, I don't know how many months. It's just like, I'm always so warm. But at least it's given us some time to get out and about, and I love being out and about in nature. It really cheers me up. So that is one of the main things that I love about this business that we do. It's I actually get to help people make money, connect with others, and actually do what I want to do. Like, just have fun. So, enough of me talking. Let me just ask you a quick question. When was the last time you heard silence? That was amazing, right? Silence. What was that? And even amongst that silence, you've probably still got cars, children screaming, TVs. We always have so much noise in our lives. And that's why I think it doesn't matter how busy you think you are not too busy for a 15 minutes to yourself. I was going to say 5 minutes, but let's push it. We deserve that break. So like I look at my mom and she's like, I'm so busy and so busy. And I'm like, Mom, we just sat watching 4 hours of TV together. You could have been upstairs doing something like reading. I should be saying that to myself as well because, yeah, I should be doing that. So, right, I have got my paper out. I've got my overpriced pens that I felt like I deserved. And I really just invite you to do the same. And I'm going to ask you some questions, okay? And if you write these down or write the answers, you don't have to say it out loud. You can just keep it to yourself, okay? But let's just see where your mind takes you for this, okay? My spelling is terrible. I actually have like dyslexia and dyscalculia, so ignore any spelling mistakes you see here, or I will get upset with you for mocking a person with a disability. I have got this weird sense of humour. So what have you not forgave yourself for yet? Like, we've got so much stress, so much like going on in life, so much worries, money, other people, just so much going on. But what about yourself? Like, I know I spend too much time feeling guilt. Like, what guilt do you feel? Okay, and why do you feel that? I'm not going to sit here saying that you should forgive like everybody for everything, and there's no magic cure to just getting over something. But even if you just pop something onto paper, then at least it's out of your head. Okay. And when was the last time you asked yourself this question? Right, here we go. What do you want? And that's in friendships, in life. Okay, what about relationships? What about, like, in your job, your health? Okay, all of these come into your health. It's so important. And these things, these are huge questions. It might have just like took me 2 seconds to write down, but sometimes just looking at this now, isn't it easier to say, what do you not want? Like, we constantly sit and our subconscious is mulling over the things we don't want, like, oh, I don't want to miss the bus. I don't want to spill this coffee. I don't want to burn the tea. I don't want to be late for this meeting. I don't want to be in the red. I don't want my card to be declined. I don't want to get fat, but I really want this cookie. Okay? But what about if we just flip that script and tell the universe what we do want? So in friendships, okay, look at what you are to other people. How are you adding value to friendships or to your own life? Because once you've got that sussed out about adding to your own life, you'll be able to figure out how best to add to other people's lives as well. And your job. I think it's so easy to get comfortable being uncomfortable and to just stay where we are. But we have a choice in life. You don't have to sit doing something that we hate. Just, you're not a tree. Get off your ass and change a situation if you do not like it, okay? How much money do you want to earn? And finally here, okay, what about this? Why? Why do you want that? Okay, let's not say why. Let's say why, and what about when? When are you going to take back control? Don't just sit here listening to this video and, you know, and then go away and do nothing about it. Like, ask yourself, what is your life going to look like this time next week? This time next week, okay? If you do not act on these thought processes that are going through your head right now, it's going to look exactly the same. Who are you? Like, have you ever stopped to think about that? Have you allowed yourself that time and just sit there and think, who the hell am I now? Like, when did I become this? It might not be self-loathing. It might be like self-love. That's the whole point of why we're here. Like, we're not always staying the same person. We're constantly evolving and changing. Whether or not other people believe that's a good thing or a bad thing, right, does not matter. Like, who you are is authentic to you. You need to own that. Unless you're hurting other people, then don't own that. No, you need help. But yeah, who are you? What does that mean to you? Because I remember a time when I personally was in a place where who I wasn't matching up to where I wanted to be, and it also didn't feel like it just became me. Do you know what I mean? It just becomes you, and then you have to continue being that way. And I overthink things so much. But what about when you just stop for a moment and look at the areas of your life that you can actually make an active change, an active decision, even if that means getting in touch with the people who love you, who care for you, because they do. There's people out there, okay? If it's not a parent or a sibling or a best friend or a partner, it is one of the health mentors that have invited you to watch this call, because they wouldn't have asked you to come and see this if they didn't love you enough to invite you to see it. So just ask them, how can I make a change, right? Healthy and empowered is not about give us your money and join our thing. Like, no. It is literally about helping one another out, because we're all connected in this world. We're all connected somewhere or another. And it might literally be just a good book that they recommend, or a CD they've listened to, or hey, let's get up and work out together one morning, or let's just, like, I literally say to people, like, if you are feeling not great but you don't want to talk about it, just send me a love heart, and I will send them something back so that they don't have to talk about it. You know, that I will send them something back, like a video that I've just watched, a motivational video, or just some recognition that I know they're still alive and that they're still worth it, and just keep going, because that is what got me through this. Literally, just like when I was really struggling, what really got me through this is just literally somebody saying, hi, how are you? Are you okay? You know, just remembering that there's people there. And if you're fine, then maybe be that person for somebody else. So let's see. I'll just probably still freeze 1 second. Ooh, I've got an interesting quote here. It says, "Remember that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck." When was the last time you didn't get something you wanted, but it worked out for the better? There is a quote from Jack Cornfield that says, "Like a sandcastle, all is temporary. Build it, tend it, enjoy it. And when the time comes, let it go." What do you need to let go of in your life? How do you think you will feel once you let it go? What do you do to relax? Like, what do you actually do to relax? What do you do? I don't know what I even do. My idea of relaxing is this call every week, or God, I want to be one of these people who got in a bubble bath, but I'll like sit there, I'll run the bath, and then I get bored, and I'm like, let's move on. Or if I'm reading a book, I'm only reading that book because it's part of personal development. But what I used to love, one of the girls in our team, she's just got a book signing, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so proud of her. And then that made me think, I wanted to be published. What happened there? Like, when did I stop writing? Why did I stop writing? So I really need to get back onto that. And God knows what my excuses are, but 9 times out of 10, you find that whatever is stopping you from doing something that is like your true path is as easy to get over as just going flip, flipping that switch and recognizing it and just getting out of your own way. Like, literally, like, what the hell is stopping me from writing? Like, automatically your brain comes up with excuses. It's so great. If you just listen to those excuses, it's hilarious. Like, I'm like, really want some new clothes. Like, I know if I go and buy like a new shirt, I'll feel a bit more empowered because that's just who I am. But I can't be bothered to go to the shop. I'm like, what is that? you're constantly trying to self-sabotage, and I don't know why. Like, humans just do that all the time. So we need to start being more aware of like our thought processes. And that's why it's great to just take 15 minutes every now and then, write everything out on paper if you're anything like me, or literally just like just do something weird like this. Like, I feel like I'm just talking. This is brain dump for me. I'm just talking. Like, just do that. Just make a voice note to yourself. And then it is literally just checking yourself. You're literally just checking and seeing what's going on. God, I need to get out of my own way. So do you, because this time next week, we don't want to be in the same position. And guess what, right? The last time I said that, can you remember? We were watching the sunset. I was like, this time next week, your life needs to change. And then next week, I had like quit my job. Well, a couple of people had got girls in the team. Like, we were helping change lives. I think somebody else started a whole new fitness regime, and it was just incredible. It's literally just reminding yourself. So I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover in terms of like questions and things. What have I learned this week? Oh my God! I know what I was going to talk about. This is what I learned. Right, here you go. You don't need to know how much I weigh, right? But I weigh. Okay. That's all you need to know. And like, I am not a gym lover or a gym hater. I just don't have a gym pass. And so I do the occasional workout in my home. I walk my dogs every now and then. Should do more. I don't know why I don't. I'm blaming the weather, it's excuses. And I like a bit of yoga. I do a bit of yoga, like, before I go in the shower. What else do I do? That's about it. Okay, I don't do much. And so I weigh, and I would never have thought I would have achieved something like I just achieved this weekend. And I can see you clapping, thanks. It's crazy. It is like all week I dreaded it. It sounds bad. All week I was like, oh, I've got this thing coming up. Don't want to go. Right, even on the morning of it, I got in the car and I was like, Dad, we can turn around now. Like, we don't have to go this way. We can just go home. And it was a walk. It was a hike, actually. It was 9 miles. To some people, that might be like nothing. I mean, I've walked, God, when I was younger, I walked the Cumbrian Way. It's like 72 miles or something. It did take me a while, but I did it. So this 9 mile walk for somebody who is just like not super fit was incredible for me. Like, I realized it was just mind over matter, honestly, everything. If you achieved everything that you could as a human being, like your body is a machine, no matter what size you are, okay, stop with that excuse. No matter what size you are or how unfit you think you are, your body can. Like, it can. And it just starts with one step, okay? Like, this 9 mile walk, it was Hadrian's Wall. It was up and down and up and down. Oh, and up and down again. Like, I swear. It was like, you'd get up there, you'd see the down and the up, and you'd be like, no! Like, I've been up mountains before where it's like, it's a false summit, so you get up there, and then it's only when you get to the top that you can see it's another one. But this, it was like, I'm standing there, I'm looking out and thinking, God, this is landscape like I've never seen before. Honestly, it feels like you stood on the edge of the earth. It's so weird. Like, it's just flat, and then this crazy ridge bumps thing, and then like a cliff, and then just flat. Like, weird. And you stood there and you're looking out, and all you can see is up and down and up and down and up and down, and oh my God. And there was like paths for the unfit people. I was like, dude, why aren't we taking that little path there? Like, just cut out all the hills. And they were like, no, we want to be close to the wall. I was like, it's a wall. It's a wall. But I didn't cry this time. And it was raining, and the path was so, like, how do I explain it? It was like slippy because of the water, and there was like shale, like lots of rocks. It was like scrambling, so you could never move you couldn't stride, and you couldn't take proper footsteps. You were almost shuffling, and that caused my groin to cramp. My groin. I had a groin cramp, like, and these experienced walkers were like, wow, Rachel's keeping up, like, this is great. And I was like, oh, just keep moving, and I did it, but then I couldn't walk for like the next 2 days. But I felt incredible. I felt so strong. I felt so proud of myself. I felt like I could achieve anything. I was like, I'm going to do 9 miles every weekend. Maybe every now and then. But then I was like, all this time I've been like, I'm too fat to achieve anything. I might as well achieve getting fatter. Whereas now I see that my brain all the way along that walk was like, I'm tired, my head hurts, I'm thirsty, I can't do it, I can't see straight, like, look at all those hills and they're fitter than me, and I'm going to slip over. And then all of a sudden I was just like, shut up, just shut up. And I, like, out loud, I was like, I can do this. And it was great. Like, I was even saying out loud, I was like, I can and I will. And I was seeing it as my business journey, or whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish in life, like whatever your goal is right now. Set yourself a mini challenge, okay? It doesn't have to be 9 miles over Hadrian's Wall. It can literally be like something you've been putting off, maybe cycling around the block, or like something to do with fitness. I mean, like, if you've been putting off doing a fitness video or anything like that, just go anything, seriously. If the dishes you've been putting off, like, right now, get up and do it, right? And see that as a reflection of you achieving your goal, like the bigger goal. Because I seen that as this business, Healthy and Empowered, it has its ups and it has its downs and it has its struggles, and I've never got groin cramp from it. But groin cramp could be illustrated in the fact that sometimes you lack in self-belief and you lack in self-love, and it makes it difficult to move forwards. Okay, but I just kept going, and it was the people around me like, whoa, look, Rachel's keeping up with me, right? The team, they have your back. Like, we have each other's back all the time, whether it's financial, if it's help, if it's advice, if it's emotional, if it's personal, we literally have each other's back. And that is what keeps you going through the up and downs. And then eventually you get there and you've realized you've gone the long way. You've gone the hard way. You've gone the path less traveled. There was an easier route, but it was longer. It was like 60 years in the corporate industry longer. Okay. And you're stunned at the end of it. You're stunned because you can't believe this is your life. You've just retired into your business. You've got like 100 other girls behind you who are changing other people's lives. You've got more time with your family. You've got more energy. You've got more fitness. Like, you have got everything you dreamed of, all because you said, I can't do it, but I will do it. And you did it. So whatever your goal is, I just want you to envision the success. How does that feel, right? What's really important is invoking that feeling and holding on to that feeling of excitement. Like, see what it is that you want to do, okay? See it with all your intention and get excited, because it's going to happen. It's all about dedication and persistence and self-belief, self-love. And that's why we have these calls. So that's what I've learned. I'm going to set myself another challenge. I'm just going to do this. Like, I'm going to set myself a challenge. Oh, I know what I've been putting off. Oh, my God. Because Tasha, our gorgeous offline, she set us some challenges. I've been putting them off. I'm going to not put them off no more. But, I mean, I'm going to go, I don't know, go biking or something. Why not? Why not? Right, anyway, so if anyone has anything to add before we leave, then, speak now or forever hold your peace. Anyone? No? Okay. Well, I guess that's everything. Just remember who you are. Remember to forgive yourself. Remember to take time for yourself. Be persistent. Be you. Follow your gut instinct. For God's sake, just have fun. Like, ask yourself, what do you want? And just do it. Just as long as it makes you happy and it makes other people happy, then do it. Okay, that's everything. Remember, you're loved. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. Get back in touch with your health mentors if you want to know more. What am I doing? I don't know what that was. It was like a twitch.